All right, today I'm going to give you some insight on moving to Manassas, Virginia. Hey, what's up? This is Chris Colgan with Keller Williams Solutions. I'm going to be giving you some insights into moving to Manassas, Virginia. We're actually standing right here in front of the stone house at the Manassas battlefield, which Manassas is probably best well known for. This was actually used as a hospital during the Civil War, and this place just has a ton of walking trails and all that, and a ton of history, and we're going to show you all that, and also give you some tips on the Manassas area, where to look, different neighborhoods, different parts to hang out and enjoy. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let's get into it. All right, so we just left the Manassas battlefield. That's probably like what Manassas has best been well known for through the years. That was like obviously we're like a big part of the Civil War with Stonewall Jackson and all that. I don't know too much about the Civil War, to be honest, but I've just lived near it my whole life, so I don't visit it that often. But there's like a ton of walking trails there. They have a lot of like museum type stuff there, and it's like Civil War reenactments all the time going on. But right now, like we're just passing Route 66. And this is like the most heavy trafficked road around here, which is like a huge part of the Manassas area. And they just widened this a couple years ago to like 8 lanes, and it's a straight shot into Washington, D.C. And D.C. is about 27 miles. And then the metro station, I would say, is about 17 miles. And when they widened the roads out here, it really helped with the traffic in this area. But one of the things like I want to talk about too, if you're moving to Manassas, because a lot of people will hit me up and say like, hey, I got a job at Micron or the Department of Defense. We have plenty of FBI field offices here. We got Lockeed Martin, all these different places. We got the Manassas airport. But there's like Manassas is in Prince William County, but there's also the city of Manassas, and then there's Manassas Park, which they're both their own jurisdictions. And then there's this huge like area of Manassas, and it's a really diverse area. And the home prices can go anywhere from like $250,000 to a condo up to like $1.5 million for a large house on like 2 acres with like some land and all that. But it's a really just a huge area, and we're going to show you some more of that, and I'll talk more about it, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. All right, so we're driving now. We're heading towards like Old Town Manassas, and one of the things that we're on Route 234, which is like a big part of Manassas. It goes like all the way here, all the way up, and you can actually just keep riding this like all the way up to 95, which would like take you to a whole different area. Manassas is that big, like towards Richmond or Woodbridge, Arlington, Alexandria. But a lot of people don't realize is there's a couple cities that like since Manassas has like gotten spread out so much, that have like touched basically Manassas, and all the roads have kind of connected, which would be like Gainesville, Haymarket, Bristow. And so some of the kids like in different school systems in there, they go to Manassas schools, or Manassas kids go end up at different schools in Gainesville, Haymarket, and Bristow. So like if you're searching online, which I'd hope you'd be on my website, colganrealestate.com, since I'm a Manassas expert, hint, hint, that hit me up. But you can like look up these different areas like Gainesville, Haymarket, Bristow, Centerville, and like your job might be in Manassas, and it won't be that big of a commute or anything like that, or that far away from your workplace, and you're not heading into all the crazy DC traffic. The other good thing, which we'll show you when we head to Old Town Manassas, is we have the VRE station here, the train station, and the trains go right into DC. So a lot of people, they don't do the commute thing. They just hop on a train, they ride the train in the morning and all that, and you can look all that up. It's called the VRE system. And so there's this whole like area is really like a bedroom community, they call it. I think it's like one of the big, like most counties in the country that most people that live here don't actually like work here. Most people like work in DC or Fairfax. So when you're like looking that up, that's something else to consider, is like this area was really built on commuting into DC. And all that. So the other cool thing is that I really like about Manassas, and it's not labeled like in Manassas, but there's a concert place called Jiffy Lube Live, which obviously there's no concerts going on right now, but it's probably like one of the biggest, like most popular venues in the country for like concerts if you're into concerts. And it's an outdoor amphitheater, and they have like shows like through the spring and summer, and they bring in like probably the biggest acts in music, and it's literally like a 5-10 minute Uber drive from Manassas to get right in there. Or if you were like to move into Bristow or Gainesville, it's right there. So if you're into music, there's like a huge music scene here. And then in Old Town Manassas, which we'll show you, there's also like a large like bar area, places to walk around, show the kids and all that. And the other cool thing, which we'll show you too, is Northern Virginia has the second biggest community college system in the country outside of Los Angeles. And we have the Northern Virginia Community College right next to the Manassas battlefield. And a little tip about that, which is really cool about Virginia, and also one of the buildings is named after my grandfather, which is pretty cool, so I always hype that up. And it's a funny story, there's like a huge painting of my grandfather in there, and I always tell people, like when I used to go there, that if the building ever caught fire, I'd run in there and take the painting like Martha Washington did at the White House, at George Washington when the White House caught on fire, or whatever that story is. I forgot what that story is. But anyways, the thing is, so you can actually, like if you have kids and they end up going to Northern Virginia Community College for 2 years, which is very cheap to go to, and it's a great school system to be honest, like you can go there, get an associate's degree, and then you can transfer to like a big college. The big colleges have to take you, basically, from what I understand. So your kid can pay like cheap tuition, go to Northern Virginia Community College for 2 years, then transfer to like a UVA or a Virginia Tech, and you save a ton of money on tuition. And they also have all kinds of other programs. So it's a really great school system. And then there's also George Mason University here that has another like campus just based on like science and technology. So we got an amazing like college system here. All right, so we're in Old Town Manassas. This is a really cool area right by the train station. You'll see some footage of the train that came by and annoyingly interrupted me while I just gave this awesome information on Manassas for you. But the main street of Old Town Manassas is really cool. This place is really old. It's got to be from like the early 1900s. But they have these huge festivals, obviously pre-COVID, and they'll do it after COVID gets figured out, hopefully. But they have these huge festivals on the weekends. They shut the streets down. All the restaurants are open. Everyone's walking around outside and all that, and all these vendors set up. It's a really popular area, and there's plenty of parking. So definitely check out Old Town Manassas. It's located in the city of Manassas. So if you have any questions about houses near Old Town, there's plenty of condos, townhouses, and all of that. We can show you any of that and answer any questions you have. And let's keep going. Let's show you some more Manassas. All right, so now we're heading to show you some more Manassas. We're heading over to Silos Brewery, which is like the real popular brewery. There's a lot of those around here. But one thing I want to touch on, what you can kind of see here, is we have all kinds of different housing here. So there's like a lot of condo living, which are like 2-level condos and another condo stacked up on top of them. And then they have like garages with them. So everyone would have a garage, so you don't have to worry about landscaping or anything like that, or the outside maintenance. So there's a ton of that style of stuff. And then we also have a lot of townhouse communities where you'd have like a 1-car garage or a huge townhouse with bump outs. And then there's like plenty of like single family communities as well. And then we also have a lot of like active adult communities. So like I said, this is a really diverse area. That's one of the reasons I really like it. And there's like plenty of housing options. So if you have any questions on like different areas, or there's like a certain thing that you like prefer, like definitely shoot me a text. I'll put the information below for you. All right, so we are at Silos Brewery. This is a really awesome place. They have outdoor concerts. They got all these bubbles where you can like chill and drink. And Manassas area is really well known for having some amazing breweries. People drive from like DC to come out here to check out this place. And we also have a ton of wineries out here as well. So check out this place. Let me know what you think in the comments below. All right, I couldn't come to Manassas and do a video on Manassas without coming by my grandfather's statue here. They built a statue of him a couple years ago, which was really awesome because he was alive to see it be built. Like I said before, he was a senator here for like 40 years, and we're at the George Mason Colgan Hall, It's like a science and technology building. And the funny thing is right now, they have a mask on him because of COVID, but during like when the Capitals won the Stanley Cup, they decked his statue out in Capital stuff. And then when the Nationals won the World Series, he had national stuff on, and the governors and stuff had pictures in front of it when they had him all decked out, and he really would have loved that. So it's one of my favorite things to come, and it's a cool memory of like Manassas for me. All right, so we're gonna end the video here at the Hilton Performing Arts Center. It's an amazing complex. They have opera, symphony, all kinds of different shows here all the time. It's located right off of 234 bypass in Manassas. If you ever come to the area, definitely check this place out. It's a really beautiful center. And if you've made it this long through the video and you got more questions about Manassas, definitely text me 571-437-7575. Comment below what other questions you have about Manassas, any other questions. This place is huge. I could legit make you a video for like 2 hours long with you guys. And you're gonna sit and watch that, I already know. So comment below, like, subscribe. Chris Colgan with Keller Williams, and I will see you at the top or from the top as always.